There are three main reasons why we think the dollar will continue to underperform in the next 5 years. The first is that, contrary to conventional wisdom, the US economy is not exceptionally outperforming the rest of the world. Last year, actually, the euro area grew faster than the US. We haven't seen US growth above 3% since 2005. So that tells you that the productivity growth in the US is very weak. We haven't seen enough investment in the past, so low productivity is one element of that. The second point, obviously, the fiscal outlook. This is the first time ever when you have a deterioration in the fiscal position, even with a booming economy. The tax cuts of Trump can be very good in the short term. The reality is that the US will have a massive fiscal deficit in the coming years. The US is already has already a big, significant current account deficit, and these are elements that tend to push the value of the currency down. And then there is the big question mark about foreign investors. Foreign investors own roughly half of the treasury market, and I have to say that all this rhetoric about trade wars and I think the unpredictability of the economic policy in the US may force or may encourage foreign investors to reduce their holdings of US bonds. I would say that especially for US equities, the outlook look challenging. Everybody seems to believe that US equity will run forever because growth is strong, because of the tax cuts of Trump. Reality is that the tax cuts will effectively lose their impact next year. A strong message that we have is that this is probably the best time ever for US investors to diversify away from their market. And the reason, again, is valuation. If you are a US dollar-based investors, you actually gain from hedging your position abroad. On almost all measures, the dollar is expensive, between 10 or 15%. And over a period of 5 years, valuation matters for currency, matters for bonds, matters for equities too. So I think for all these reasons, we really believe that the dollar will continue its secular downtrend, and maybe with less, let's say, not as strong as in the past 5 years, but definitely we see that happening.